What up, guys? If you are watching this and you want to be on the training this Friday where I'm teaching how to sell chatbots to real estate agents, personal trainers, and chiropractors, just drop an emoji and I'll make sure that you get the link to that live training on Friday. But I wanted to talk about what chatbots can do, because one of the number one questions that I run into with business owners and even marketers who are pitching chatbots, who are thinking about utilizing messenger marketing is yeah, but how does it work for me, right? How can it actually work for me? And so what I want to share with you guys is exactly how it can actually work for you and all the things that a chatbot can actually do. So if you guys are here and you guys are tuning in live, I always it's funny because if you want to know how to connect with me in the comments, right? Like, my message inbox is blown up all the way. And it's funny because I only respond to the people who I recognize, and I recognize the people who comment. So if you guys want, just in general, right, a great way to network with people is to engage with them. That's why I do these live videos, so that I can connect with people who are here. So if you guys are tuning in, let me know so that I know that you're there as well. So Yvonne, what's going on? Yvonne gets a lot of me. She's in our accelerator program, and she's someone who just got in and still hangs out with me. So I'm very, very grateful that you guys decided to be able to do that. Now, let me share with you, because a lot of businesses, right? Everybody's looking to break through in the online world. Everybody sees this online space as something that they want to take advantage of, right? It's this, to a lot of people, it seems like this new frontier. Everyone wants to be online. Everyone wants to be on social media. Everybody feels like they have to be, but then they also see all of these big opportunities, these opportunities to go viral, these opportunities to go from, 0 to 1 million in such a short amount of time. The internet presents all of these opportunities for people to really break through in a way that was never possible before. The challenge, on the other hand, though, is breaking through, is standing out, because everybody's online. Everybody's utilizing social media, right? I think that there is something think about this. There are millions of advertisers on Facebook, right? There are millions of advertisers who are now advertising on Facebook. And so the reason that I say this is that in a digital space, it's very, very hard to stand out. So for you, if you are looking to grow your business, online, chatbots are a great tool to be able to sell more products. And then if you're a marketer, well, chatbots right now and messenger marketing is the best thing to be able to sell, because it's a wide open market. It's brand new. You can start to charge a really high ticket. And the great thing is that you don't need to use it with Facebook ads. You don't need to use it with Google PPC. You don't need to use it with SEO or website design or anything like that. It's actually something that you can start to learn right now and right out of the gate get started. And there's not a lot of people to compete with, because not a lot of people are doing it. So with all that being said, that's kind of why I want to give some context for that. So let me know. I'm curious. Are you guys a business owner or a marketer? Put B for biz or M for marketer. I want to know, because I want to know how to really tailor this talk and this training for you. So put B for business owner and M for marketer. Yvonne says not everyone is persistent like you. I appreciate that, and I think that there's a lot to be said about persistence. And I even debated, should I do a video today? Should I actually come on? Do I have anything to talk about? And so what I would ask is that if any of the things that I've talked about or anything that I've said today is valuable, if you could pick up your finger or your mouse and your thumb, whatever it is, and hit that like button, that would mean the world to me in telling the algorithm that this isn't total nonsense or garbage, as some people would say. So Christopher says he's both. Trina says that she's a marketer. Okay, cool. So let's kind of go through it. I'm curious for you guys. Let me know. Are you guys a business owner? Comment B, right, or biz, or comment M if you're a marketer, so that you guys can let me know. So Aisa is a business marketer. I love it. So let's kind of dive in, and I want to talk about some of these things in terms of the context of what they can actually do for you. Because when either you are a business owner who's looking to implement this stuff, or if you are actually a marketer who's looking to sell it, one of the first things that you've got to figure out is actually what it can do, right? And so what I love about it is, I'm just going to kind of go through here, is that what you can do is you can generate a lead, right? You can generate leads with chatbots. What's great about it is that they can generate them, right? What's great about it is that you could qualify and you can segment your leads, right? All with a chatbot. Now that's great because sometimes you have different profiles within your target market, right? What else can you do, right? What else can you do? You can nurture, right? And you can mature. I'm just going to put nurture leads because I think you guys get that, right? You can actually nurture leads, which is really, really great through a chatbot, okay? Now, what's cool is this all used to require a lot of different systems, right? This used to require a lot of different systems. Now the beautiful thing is that you can do it all with one, right? What else can they do? It can actually close a lead. So you can actually close or, well, let's just do it like this. You can close a lead, right? And so what I mean by that is you can actually schedule, right? Or what does that mean? That means different things for different, a lot of times people are just looking to be able to schedule someone to get them on the phone. Well, it can do that. Or you can actually take payment, right? You can actually take payment from them, okay? Now, here's the cool part, and here's where a lot of people don't realize, right? So, and we're going to get into all of these today, okay? So let me know which one is most valuable for you and which one you want to talk about the most. But we're going to get into all of them. So what's great about it is that what you can also do is you can get feedback, right? And then you can gather feedback. And then, okay, we're not even done. Now you can also generate reviews or referrals, okay? It can actually be a reputation management system, right? That you can get actually automatically prompt the people who had a good experience with you to give reviews. Imagine if you're an Amazon seller, right, and you're an e-commerce store, and then you're able to automatically follow up with them through Messenger, and then be able to if they had a good experience, be able to prompt them to give you a 5-star review with the click of a button. So let me see if I can zoom in and make this a little easier here for us to see, okay? So we're going to talk about all of these here, and I'm going to try and make this easy to see so that the people who are hopping on get an idea of what the F we're talking about, okay? Doesn't this excite you? How many of you guys are just like getting excited by looking at all of these possibilities, right? Like, because that's really what we're talking about here is limitless possibilities. So I want to hop back and see if there is any questions out there. So Tim says storytelling, right? You definitely can do storytelling, and that comes in the nurture aspect of it for sure. So let's kind of talk about it because there are some things that need to happen when it comes to when it comes to a business, right? A lot of people run Facebook ads, a lot of people run PPC, a lot of people run SEO, things like that. And the reason that they do that is to be able to generate leads, right? To be able to gather attention. Now, what you used to have to do is you used to have to send them to a website, and then you used to have them opt in for something to be able to capture that lead, right? And to generate that lead, you needed some sort of like email autoresponder, right? You guys are familiar with like Aweber, MailChimp, Infusionsoft, Actionetics, all of these things, right? Do any of you guys use those things? Which one? Do you guys have an email autoresponder, right? Or I guess even before this, in order to generate the leads, you used to have a regular like landing page, right? You needed like lead pages, or you needed ClickFunnels or something like that, right? To be able to have a website to be able to host, so that people could see something, right? Or maybe you could use a blog, or maybe you could use YouTube. But essentially, you needed some way to capture that lead. Well, what's beautiful about chatbots is that with a link, with a code, with really any other way that you could get people to subscribe before, you can actually have them opt in. You can actually have them subscribe to whatever list that you're building, right there through the chatbot. So it makes it really, really easy to actually generate that lead. So that's really, really exciting, right? That's really, really exciting. Now, here's the thing, okay? It used to be like if you generated the lead, you would have it at lead pages, you would have it on ClickFunnels, and then you would hand it off to some other software. You would hand it off to like MailChimp, or you would hand it off to those email autoresponders that I had mentioned a little earlier, right? And those were great because they allowed you to be able to send a message to everybody all at once, right? And it allowed you to kind of have these blanket messages. And it was great because you didn't have to individually follow up with people one at a time and send them an email. So it was beautiful. Now, the challenge though is that now everybody is sending out emails, right? And there's so many spam. Like I was sending a test email for my own one of the businesses that I'm managing, and it went straight to the spam box, right? It got caught in the spam because email filters are getting so good about being able to catch these things, right? However, with the chatbot, once you capture them, well, now you can actually run them through a sequence, right? Now you can actually ask them a series of questions. You can put them into different buckets. You can say, do you like this? Do you like that? Are you this or are you that? Are you blue or are you green? Are you like what? You can be able to put people into different buckets because that's going to allow you to be able to personalize the rest of the sales conversation, right? If you sell me something like you try and sell my wife, I'm not gonna like we don't respond to the same things, right? We don't like the same things. We're not interested in the same things. And so for you, what you've got to realize is that different people have different things. Like she's, has very clear interest in what she's reading about and interested in right now. And I have my, interest in what I'm reading about. What I'm thinking about buying and where my head is at, in terms of my mindset. So for you, you've got to be able to speak to the different kinds of buckets of customers that you have, right? So that's huge. Now, what's also great about it is that you guys mentioned that, storytelling was a big aspect of it, right? And storytelling is huge. And so once they're there and once you have them in their different buckets, well, the next part is to actually develop a relationship with them, to actually create a connection with them, to actually show that you understand what their needs are, to be able to demonstrate your value and the type of distinction and the differentiation that you have, and then also to compel them and give them a reason to actually buy, right? You have to be able to kind of give them some sort of extra reason to pull the trigger, whether it's a bonus or a discount or a freebie or whatever it is. Giving them some sort of reason to buy now is huge. So this is what we're talking about, right? These are what chatbots can do right here through Facebook Messenger. And I mentioned that it's personalized, it's engaging, it's interactive. It allows you to be able to ask questions, to let them be a part of the sales process, right? It's really funny when I have people who say, literally people have posted on Facebook, I didn't ask them to do this, but they posted on their status, and it wasn't even on my wall, on their wall, that my chatbot was entertaining as fuck, right? Just think about that. If that's my marketing that they're talking about. That thing made me $2,000 this week without me really needing to do anything. I already recorded all the videos. I recorded all the messages. I pre-programmed them, and I just make these videos on a daily basis. And money, that's the beauty of this stuff, right? Is that all the way. And then now, we're getting to the part where they can even pay right through Messenger, right? Depending on what you're selling, they can actually pay right through Facebook Messenger. And so it's a really, really wonderful tool that allows people that even if you use PayPal, right? If you use PayPal, what you can do is you can put a PayPal button right into, put a PayPal link right into a button on Facebook Messenger. They hit the button, the PayPal thing comes up, they put in their PayPal information, and they're in, and they're locked and loaded, and they're ready to go. And so what now makes it super, super easy for you to be able to generate the lead, nurture the lead, and then be able to capture the sale and be able to process the payment all with one system, all with one software, right? People go, oh, you need the email. Oh, yeah, yes, okay, right. For sure you can capture the email and you can collect email addresses really, really simply through chatbots now. Super, super simply. Literally all the people have to do is they hit one button and Facebook automatically recommends the email that they log in with. And so they can give you that email and bada boom, bada bam, it's off to the races, right? It's similar to how the lead forms used to work. So Derek says that he can't take the payment right now. So right now it's in beta. And if you are using something just like ManyChat, then you're going to be limited in what you are going to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to be limited in being able to process the payments. However, if you utilize a company like ours and you utilize our bot builders, we can actually program and process dynamic payments, reoccurring payments and memberships and stuff like that right into your bot. And so what this allows you to do is to kind of go around that. And with ManyChat, when it comes out, you're only going to be able to have one payment for, like, it's only one, like, for one product, right? You can't have like a cart, or you can't have like an add to cart. So it's going to make the process of accepting stuff, if you sell like physical products or like an e-commerce store, like super, super difficult. However, we're working with developers right now, and I have people on our team that can actually build dynamic invoices and dynamic stuff so that they can create their own payments, create their own cart right there in the bot. So it's really, really, really huge. John says, can I elaborate on the tactics for nurturing the lead? Yeah. So there's two things that are going on here, right? Two different kinds of ways that I look at it. And let's start with the simpler version first. The first thing that you can do, that chatbots can do to nurture them, is you can deliver videos, you can deliver images, you can deliver text, you can send them blogs, you can send them Facebook posts, you can send them Google reviews, you can send them all of these things, and they're able to interact with it and engage with it right there on Facebook Messenger. For example, one thing that we did for a massage therapist that I was working with is that we sent them a Google review that was posted by one of their clients. So what we did is we said, hey, check out this amazing story of a client we just worked with. And there was a little button that said, see Google review. And they clicked that button, and then we put in that button a direct link to that Google review. And so when they opened it, it opened up a little screen right inside of Facebook Messenger. And then they were able to see the Google review, see the person who wrote it, see the 5 stars, because it was a rather elaborate review. So I was like, oh, I don't want to just like send them that like in a long text and say like, hey, here's what someone said about us. But I was like, So what we did is we actually linked it up. And so if they clicked it, they would see it's a legit Google review. They would be able to trace, like they could follow it. It's like if they wanted to, but it's right there in Facebook Messenger. And so right underneath that was a button that said schedule a consult. And so a large majority, I think about 30% of the people who saw the actual message, right, they actually scheduled, I think it was like 35% of the people actually gave their phone number to schedule an appointment with this massage therapist. And so you can actually deliver videos, you can deliver text and articles, you can deliver images, you can deliver GIFs, you can deliver audios, you can deliver it right there in Facebook Messenger, and they're able to engage with it right there in Facebook Messenger on that platform. They actually don't have to leave the platform as well. So it's really, really, great in that regard. So by the way, quick engagement plug. Okay, I got to ask if you guys are enjoying any of this stuff. All right, I'm going to ask that you pick up your finger, your thumb, your mouse, your whatever it is, and you just slam on that like button as many times as you feel is proper for the value that you're getting here, for what you paid for this. I'm just kidding. So I want to keep going, John, because on the other side of it is there's those modalities in terms of what you are, how you can deliver that content, right? Video, audio, or video and audio, pictures, and text, right? Those are really the 3 different modalities. Now, on the other side, though, you've got to convince them of a couple of things. And I started in sales. And so when I was 17 years old, I would sit down a 50, 60-year-old woman at their kitchen table, and I would try and convince them to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars with me. And I did this for all through college, and then I started to train people, in sales as well. And so what I learned is if I just went straight to the sale, and I just went straight to the price, almost 0% of the time did they buy, right? Like zero, like there was almost zero any sales when that happened. However, if I walked them through a process, and if I walked them through a series of questions and made them realize a series of things that I wanted them to realize and a series of beliefs that I needed them to understand and needed them to have, well, then at the end of it, they were much more likely to pull out their credit card and spend money with me. And so the way that I translate that is, instead of doing that, I used to do that in 45 minutes. So instead of doing that over 45 minutes, what I would do is I would expand that over 4 to 5 days, and I would convey those same things over the series of days, right? And what you're trying to do is you're always trying to do pretty much the same thing in any sales process. And the first thing is you got to establish credibility. You got to be able to establish that like you have an authority, right? That you have an expertise. And a lot of times when we're doing in service selling, right, especially if we're selling chatbots, this needs to come even before we get on the sales call with them, because there's a lot that it just is much more helpful, especially if we're going to be asking someone to spend thousands of dollars. They should be motivated in advance of us actually getting on the phone call. But we got to be able to show them that we have authority, that we have some sort of credibility, that we have case studies or results, or that we, like basically we just have to show them like that. I don't know how else to say that, right? Authority or credibility, right? Expertise. You got to show them that you know what the hell you're talking about. The second thing though is after that is, probably after that, I think is best, is what I found, is not only do we have to be kind of some expert, but then we have to really, what I call, have compassion. And we have to be able to understand what the client, what that customer, what that lead actually needs. And so this comes, if we're willing to ask questions, which is great, the bot can actually ask questions, this can do that. Or if we can anticipate some of these challenges, some of these needs, some of these desires, and we can make it seem like, like that person, like they felt like they were in my head. I felt like they were talking right to me, or I felt like it was made for me. Well, then we've hit the nail on the head. And so you have to be able to convey these things through your content, right? Then I know I'm kind of getting off the deep end. And by the way, guys, if this is valuable, comment an emoji or something like that to let me know that this isn't going too deep, because I'm going like super, super deep psychology, sales psychology here, and this might be over some people's heads. But if this is, if this is landing with you and you guys are enjoying this, I'll keep going down at this level, because, this is what really matters when we're trying to convert at a high level. So what we need to be conveying is, not only do we need to make sure that we have some authority, we need to make sure that we understand them, but then we need to let them know how valuable we are, right? What kind of like what the differentiation is, right? And I would think about it like, the way that you think about it is it's they're not buying the features, right? So they're not buying like the rims or the wheels on the car or the engine. They're not even really buying the benefits, like the car goes fast, or it's got like, it's you're gonna, like be able to be safe in it, or it's going to, go, accelerate quickly. What they're really buying, and what we really have to drill down to and speak to, is there's an identity that people are buying when they buy our product or they buy our service. So we have to understand, who is that person that they're trying to become? Who is that person that through our product, that through our service, they expect to become? And if we can speak to that, well, then all of a sudden we're going to bypass all of the like, they don't care about like the details. They don't care about all of the features. They know that you're going to get them what they want to be. And if we can speak to that identity, right? And that's what I say, is that people aren't buying products. People aren't buying brands. People are buying identities. And so if you can help them to identify personally with your product through your features, through your benefits, through all the cool things that you offer, through all the cool things that you give, through what your product is about, well, then all of a sudden people are going to not only buy, you're going to have the right people buy, stick around, become involved, and then what I've experienced is that they start becoming your cheerleaders, right? I love it when people are out there tagging me, in other groups and saying, where can you get, the best chatbot, course or whatever it is. Like that makes me feel really, really good, because right now we don't even have an affiliate program. So they're not even getting paid for it. It's just like them out there spreading the word for me, because I've found the right types of people, and then I actually help them to become the person that they wanted to become, right? So that's what we're talking about, okay? And that's kind of in a deep dive, right? Going back to it, John, what you're trying to do. And then you got to give them some sort of comparison, right? So you got to show them what else is out there, right? You got to help them to calm the concern of what is like if I'm going to do my research. I find a lot of people that want to do the research, and it's not everybody, but a lot of people are going to go, okay, well, I'm going to see what else is out there, and then I'm going to make my decision. Well, if you can help them to do all that research right there in advance, and they don't have to go anywhere to do that research, and now they can just make the decision, you're actually going to capture a lot of those people who would have gone out, done their research, and then when they do their research, they might find that you're the best, but the thing is that your value drops off every little bit of like every time that you like lose their attention, right? The reason I do so many live videos is because every day it's like, boom, oh, there's Hector, it's like constantly reminding, as opposed to like seeing me once every month and it fading away. And so similarly, right, if you can help them to do that research in advance, they're not going to say, you know what, let me think about it, right? And then the last thing is creating urgency, right? And actually creating a reason for them to buy today. And a lot of people have called this scarcity, and I don't like scarcity because I like to live in an abundance mindset. So for me, I've learned that it's not really about scarcity. What it's about is it's not about taking away things from people, but it's about what Frank Kern calls increasing the coolness. And what he talks about is actually giving people more awesome stuff and making it more awesome for them to buy and giving them a reason to buy today because so that they pull the trigger, right? And so not making people feel bad if they don't buy, but making people feel even more awesome if they do buy, right? Infomercials on TV did an amazing job with this. They said, but wait, there's more. We'll give you 2 things if you order today, right? And so it worked. It's kind of silly, but it works. And so find out what that extra thing is, find out what that extra motivation is, find out what that thing that can push them, that you can offer, that can push them over the edge to take advantage today. Maybe it's a discount. Maybe it's, an extra this, or I don't know. There's lots of different options to spice things up. So hopefully that helps you. Okay. So John, that's what I'm talking. That's what I would say is that what you want to do when you're conveying that stuff. So I know that was like a deep dive and like a total tangent, but I thought that was really valuable and a really good question. So thank you so much. Guys, I'm going to beg for some engagement right now. Let's see if we can get 30 people on. I think the most that we've hit it at is like 27. So if you guys are getting any value out of this, take your thumb, take your mouse, and just slam on the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And just letting the algo know that this isn't some horse shit, right? Okay. All right, so now we can talk about, so let's talk about the last part, right? Because we talked about like closing the lead, okay? Because we talked about payments and things like that. Well, now what you can do is because it's a chatbot, because it's engaged, there's opportunities to engage with it. It's not like email where you just send someone stuff, right? Email is kind of like a blanket statement where it's like one size, try and fit them all in there. Whereas a chatbot, you're really able to personalize the conversation and ask them questions and then being able to deliver answers based on what they actually said. And so one thing that I love to implement with our clients and with our, business is follow-up stuff, right? Is actually following up with people and saying, hey, how was this, right? How was this a service? How was this? And if they had a good experience, well, you can put in a little button right there to, hey, well, thanks so much. Would you be willing to give us a Facebook review? We always love our people. And I know that there's some things against terms of service. So maybe you can't do it with Facebook. Maybe you incentivize them to give you a Yelp review or a Google review or something. I don't know. But follow the rules for sure. But the point is that with a click of a button, they can automatically be prompted and taken to the page where they can actually give you a review. So systematically now you can generate the lead, nurture the lead, close the lead, and then turn that lead into reviews and referrals for more business as well. So this is the power of chatbots, right? This is the power of it, and when you this is what you can do. So hey Donna, sorry about the Alexa. I apologize that I'm probably turning her on again. I don't know if you're being dirty, Donna, or if you're saying that I made her talk. I can't tell, and I don't want to know. So guys, let's see if you guys have any other questions, throw those down there. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about and speak about today. I went a little over my allotted time because statistics say that Facebook Live engagement tops out at about 15 minutes. So that's why every day I try and come out and talk to you guys for 15 minutes, keep you up on the world of chatbots and what you can do. So I'm going to take a quick little plug here. If you guys want to come to the training on Friday, I'm going to be specifically teaching you how to sell chatbots to real estate agents, fitness, and personal trainers and gyms, and chiros and massage therapists, because those are 3 industries that we've worked with pretty closely. And so I want to help you to sell to those 3 niches and industries. So if you're a marketer and you want to start selling chatbots to those niches, or if you're just a business owner and you want to learn how those businesses can use it, or obviously if you're in that industry, just drop an emoji. I will get you the link to that. It's going to be on Friday. We're going to do it at At noon Pacific, I believe. Maybe we'll do it earlier. Maybe we'll do it 11 a.m. Pacific, right? I think 11 a.m. is a great time to do it. So if you guys have any questions, throw those down there, and I'll come back and answer those. Otherwise, you guys are amazing. I can't believe we have you guys who would sit here and listen to me ramble for half an hour. So if you guys have any questions, throw those down there. Drop an emoji, and I'll get you guys the link for the training on Friday, and we're going to do it and get you guys some clients and make you guys some money and just have a grand old bot time. All right, my time's up. I'm not going to get to a half hour. I'm not going to sit here and drag it on for 10 more seconds. So see you later. Peace.